What's going on, everyone? And we are here for the long-awaited review of my 2017 Ducati 1299 Panigale S. What's going on, everyone? So we are here. We are finally doing the review on my beautiful 2017 1299 Panigale S. As you can see, there has been a couple things done to it. I'll just knock those out right up front. It's got the dark smoke zero gravity windscreen. It's got the Ducati Performance billeted gas cap. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. It's got the Ducati Performance carbon fiber tank pad here. I recently bought the Ducati Performance comfort seat. Gotta have that comfort, guys. It has the NRC fender eliminator tail tidy kit. I love it because, you know, it got rid of the big nasty big giant fender that sticks off the back, and I like this better than most that stick kind of under here because it's hidden straight flush right there. Also, the turn signals come in right here. It's a whole kit that bolts on. It's awesome, guys. So yeah, I got that. And last but not least, drum roll please, voila, the Akrapovic titanium exhaust. Oh yeah, Ducati Performance Akrapovic. It's not the full system, but it is the exhaust part. I mean, it's $4,000 off the bat, so there you go. The full system's like over 5,000. I do probably plan on getting the full, you know, the manifold and the two pipes that go around the front, and it comes with the carbon fiber heat shield. That's Akrapovic. It looks amazing. But you know, another day, another time. But I will say that Akrapovic exhaust sounds amazing, guys, and you'll hear it when we go for a ride. Again, guys, this is the Panigale S model. What separates it from the standard 1299 Panigale? The S actually comes with the front carbon fiber fender, full LED headlights. It has the electronic Öhlins suspension, and it has the Marchesini forged rims, the wheels here. Oh yeah, and this red stripe comes on these rims. But yeah, that's pretty much what separates it from the regular S model, guys. And I'll show you the Öhlins over here on the side. Now, one thing I particularly don't like about this electronic suspension is not the actual suspension itself and the way it works, but the module here. It sticks and it like rubs against your inside of your leg here. And as you can see on this picture here, guys, on the V4, they redesigned it, V4S should I say. It actually comes back in there like that, like in the picture, so it doesn't hit your leg. I guess that was a big complaint from 1299ers, and they got it right now. When I test rode the V4S, it was awesome, and you can check that out here in the right corner of the screen. It was thrilling to ride, but I just wanted the 1299, the proven L-twin technology. The V4S is having a lot of small, minute issues and recalls. I want to stay away from first year anything, you know, iPhones, whatever, right? But yeah, guys, that's the one big thing I don't like about the Öhlins electronic suspension is it sticks and rubs your leg right here. I love this tail, guys, just the way it comes back in this piece, this tail cover section. The lines, they look sleek, as you can see. The single-sided swing arm there, it just makes the bike look perfect with that Akrapovic exhaust. Look at that, guys, pristine Florida sunset there with the Ducati 1299 Panigale in front of it. So guys, for now, that's probably enough walking and talking. I am going to do a future video on the mods I plan on doing, and hopefully when the parts come in from the mods I plan on doing, I'm going to do a little you know, like Christmas in July kind of video of the parts coming in. It's exciting. But yeah, guys, let's walk around to the front here. I wanted to show you this. The screen, I love this, guys. You got the Öhlins, you know, damper there, steering damper. I love that, guys. Some basic controls before I get to the screen here. You got your up and down. That's for the selector mode, which I'll show you in a second, guys. We'll go ahead and start her up. Watch this, my favorite part, guys. You cut it on, Ducati Racing. Oh yeah. So there's that little thing. I love this TFT screen. It's, you know, it's white during the day and it turns dark at nighttime. Adjusts with the light, ambient light. I love it. I had to get these Ducati Corse covers for those ugly little, you know, brake fluid and clutch fluid reservoirs, guys. Might get the Rizomas in the future. We'll see. But just to show you guys, you got your neutral indicator, of course. It's in sport mode. I'll show you the modes. This button right here does the modes. Hit it once, it brings up the menu. You go to wet mode. As you can see, the traction control, wheelie control go up to 8, engine braking low, ABS and engine brake 3 are like the control overall. Go to sport mode, which I usually ride it in for the streets. 5.5, engine brake high, ABS 2, and then go up to race. You can see everything's pretty much turned down. That's like the raw power of the bike, guys. So I usually keep it in sport, and that's the 3 modes. So wet, of course, reduces the power. I think it's like 60 to 65% overall strength and power of the bike. Race, you're getting the full horsepower, and sport, you're also getting the full horsepower, but you got more modes and electronics turned on to help you stay more on the streets. You know, race is for the track, so I really never ride it in race mode. Other than that, you got the up and down panel switches there, the toggle through your menus. You got bright lights here. Let's see what else. You got your start off. There's your start button. There's your safety off. These levers are getting replaced. These are the stock levers. And I don't want to give away all the secrets because I have a bunch of stuff coming in, guys. But these mirrors are terrible. They don't fold. They break really easy, and they're like $220. So yeah, they have got to go. There's the full LED lighting. That's on just regular mode, not bright mode. It just looks awesome, guys. What do you think? And so with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and start her up and go for a short ride, let you know what I think about it while we're riding, and let you hear this Akropovich exhaust. Oh, yeah. Woo! All right, let's go for a ride, guys. All right, guys, so we're starting our ride here on this beautiful evening here, and I'm actually in St. Pete Beach this evening. One of the beaches here in Tampa, and there's actually a lot of beaches, so we get to go explore all these as long as I live here, guys, which is going to be for a couple years. So one thing, I'll start off with the most complained about thing probably on a Panigale. It's hot. The heat off the exhaust that runs right up underneath you, it's pretty dang hot. Here's Treasure Island, actually. There's a bunch of small beaches all through here. They're doing a lot of construction, as you can see. There's the beach access for Treasure Island, Florida. As I mentioned, the exhaust gets hot, guys. And this bike does not like being at low speeds. It's not made for low speeds. You know, they say it's made for the racetrack, and I got it, but I love the beautiful, just the way this thing looks. You know what I mean? I just had to buy it, guys. This is my dream bike. I owned a BMW S1000 RR, and it was bad. I mean, bad to the bone, right? I love that bike. I called it Black Beauty. But this is a bike I always wanted. Just something about Ducatis and the Italian bikes that just intrigued me. And I finally pulled the trigger and I bought it. And like I said earlier, I decided on the 1299S over the V4S just because the 1299's proven. It's been around. This is the 3rd year that was made, 2017, which is my bike. And it was kind of a last generation thing, you know, like, hey, I want the last of the L-twin bikes before they switch over to the V4. All right, guys, so we'll go over some properties of the bike here. The mirrors, like I said earlier, they are just terrible. Not really useful at all. The mirrors vibrate when you're going at slow speeds or high speeds. It doesn't matter. I have a fix for that, some bar-in mirrors that are coming, so look forward to that. All right, guys, so flickability on this bike. Very flickable, it's light, the single monocoque design with a single swing arm, and not only does it make the bike look amazing, it also makes it super lightweight. One interesting thing I did not know is that the 959, which is the little brother, I guess, to this bike, 959 Panigale, it actually weighs more than this bike. This bike, Ducati says wet, with all fluids in it, full tank, 420 pounds. Empty, it's around 380. And the 959 Panigale, because it has the dual swing arm, it doesn't have the single-sided swing arm, it actually weighs 440 pounds wet. Now, how the bigger size engine bike weighs less than the smaller bike, that's Ducati engineering. Now, I think there's carbon parts. I know the single-sided swing arm has a lot to do with it. So, yeah, guys, it's just amazing and awesome. I love the technology they put in. Of course, the 1299 has all the electronics. It's got the TFT dash over the 959. And, you know, people were like, why didn't you get the 959? It's more economical, efficient, that kind of stuff, like for gas. And I don't know, man. I was like, if I got to go buy a Ducati, I'm going all out. You know what I mean? So that's what I did, guys. All right, guys, as far as the seat was uncomfortable, the stock seat, the OEM. So I had to buy that Ducati performance seat. I didn't think it was that bad of an investment, 260 something bucks. but it gave me all the comfort, gets you up higher off the heat. I do have a solution to the heat, at least to, you know, kind of tone it down a little bit. I bought a little heat shield thing that I plan on doing a future install on, so you guys will be able to see that. And let's see, since I'm here at a light, we can flat foot it. As you can see, I'm pretty much flat footed, guys, and I'm 5'10". I actually fit on the bike like perfect, guys. It's not the most comfortable bike overall. It is a race bike. I will say it is definitely not as comfortable as my BMW S1000RR that I had. There's something about with the way the BMW rides, guys, it just feels great. This is more aggressive. You're more on your wrist. But my legs aren't that cramped, which I like. I've heard on the 899, 959, which is a smaller version of this, of course, that you can be kind of cramped if you're taller. And I've never ridden one of those. I'm just going on reviews that I've heard and watched on YouTube from other people. As far as the rear sets, I think they're placed pretty well. There's decent grip on the pegs, which I like. Overall, I mean, I'm in a kind of aggressive, you know, little mode right here, but it's not too bad. I would not probably go on a long cruise with this. And what I mean by that is like a trip all the way to Daytona Beach or Miami. I may ride to Orlando. That's not too bad. Orlando is about hour and a half, 2 hours max. Pretty much interstate riding straight line, so it's not really challenging or not much scenery as you're going through Central Florida. But yeah, listen to the engine, guys, if y'all can hear it. Man, the power, guys, just amazing. I love it. And it's a different kind of power. The BMW was a smooth power. This is like a rough, raw power. I love the way it's flickable, the power. Once you get going, yeah, over 30 miles an hour, because this bike doesn't like anything under that. The bike feels great. You get the airflow, the heat dissipates underneath you. It feels good once you're going with the wind and the aerodynamics of your helmet and your hands and just the seating position. I mean, it's made for the racetrack, guys, and I do plan on taking it to the racetrack one day in the future. There's a track about 3 hours from here. Unfortunately, that's the closest one, guys, all the way in North Florida. Again, I am in Tampa, and I do plan on going in September, hopefully, fingers crossed, when it cools down. Eurocycles of Tampa Bay sponsors those, and I plan on going with those guys. And speaking of which, where I bought this bike was from Ducati Omaha. And I'd like to give Tim a big shout out from Ducati Omaha and working with me and making this happen. This was not an easy purchase because I was in the middle of moving from Hawaii. If you guys remember, I moved from Hawaii to Tampa back in May. And I was looking at 1299s, especially the S model. It's just the model I preferred. And you know, I looked at one here, and they had one at Eurocycles of Tampa Bay. It was like 16.9, I think. But the thing is, it had 21,000 miles, and it was a 2016. And it also had the stock exhaust. And I was like, oh, okay, because I was kind of caught in the illusion of owning a 1299S. And then I realized, why am I limiting my choices? Like, I had already put a down payment on it and everything. And then I realized, you know, like, hey, let me look online. So I got to looking at other 1299s across the country on Cycle Trader, some other sites. And sure enough, this bad boy popped up, 1299S with only 2,100 miles and the Akrapovic exhaust already installed with the billeted gas cap and the dark windscreen and the NRC fender limb. And I was like, okay. And it was only a little over 20. And that's a great deal with the exhaust already installed, guys. So then I just had to work the magic of getting it from Omaha, Nebraska, all the way to Tampa, guys. But I worked the deal, and like I said, thanks again to Tim for making this happen. I love this bike. It's beautiful, and I love it every day I ride. So shout out once again to Ducati of Omaha. All right, guys, like I mentioned earlier, we'll talk power band. It doesn't like being below 20, 25 miles an hour. Right now I'm going 40 in second gear. The quick shifter, which it does have up and down, it's buttery smooth, guys. All right, guys, so like we're in second now. I'll shift up to third, back down to second. I love it. Auto blipper up and down, guys. Go back to third. It's buttery smooth. That's one thing that got amazingly right on this bike, is that up and down quick shifter. Let's see, as far as the clutch, it does have a heavy clutch. It takes a lot of effort. I do have some shorty levers coming though. I'm used to shorty levers. I still have them on my CBR 1000RR. I had them on my BMW. Yeah, gotta have the shorty levers, and they're gonna be awesome when you guys see them. One thing I just want to mention real quick is, yes, my leg is rubbing the Kronicle and suspension down there. It's not so bad when you're like more of an aggressive position, but when you're sitting up, you definitely feel it, guys. Alright guys, so yeah, one thing that's funny about this bike is you do get a lot of looks. People talk about it in other review videos and stuff, but you know, I'm sitting here the other day, I was just at the beach and just trying to get some sunset photos, and I had probably 5 different people come up to me to say, hey, what is that? You know, or if they knew what it was, oh my goodness, it's a $12.99, I've never seen one in person, and they like sit on it. Of course they want to hear it. It's pretty fun, guys. You know, so if you ride one of these, expect a decent amount of attention. I mean, nothing crazy. It's not like everyone's like, oh my goodness, there's a movie star and flooding to you or anything. I just think it's kind of cool. People are interested. It is a rare exotic Italian bike. It's not seen commonplace, so it's definitely awesome for getting attention and going to bike meetups and all that good stuff, guys. So if you like that kind of stuff, I highly recommend buying one. So my plan here is to hopefully ride, we'll go down, this is Central Avenue. It actually, in St. Petersburg, it actually goes all the way down to the Tampa Bay Rays Stadium, the Tropicana Field, which is pretty cool, the dome. I went to a game there earlier this year. But the only thing is there's lots of red lights, lots of streets, lots of avenues, so hopefully we can catch most of the lights. Alright, quick shifter again. It's just so smooth, guys, I love it. Alright, in between cars, moving back and forth, mobility, how nimble it is, it's great. Acceleration, woo, there you go. Now that we're going, it feels great to be on this bike. You can still feel the heat. Like I said, it comes up from underneath the seat, pretty much on the sides of the engine here. It's pretty hot during the day if you ride this in Florida. I'll tell you one thing, you ain't gonna ride it with shorts on if you value your thighs, your inner thighs, guys. It will burn them. It's a subframe here on the sides, and there is a kit where you can buy carbon fiber subframe covers. The only thing is they're like $300 something, guys, and I'm not sure if I want to spend that much money. Like I said, I have the heat shield liner coming in from Ducati Spacers. Highly recommend him, by the way, guys. Also other parts, which you'll see in a future parts video. Moto Million, shout out to Manny, he owns that company. And he just does a great job with a fine Italian exotic bike. And he does BMW and stuff too, guys. Parts and accessories. It's a really great company, guys. I highly recommend Moto Million. Now, one thing about owning a super bike, and I don't like it, but it's part of, you know, owning one. Low fuel indicator light's already on. Guys, I swear I only had about 50 miles on this bike before the light came on. It just eats gas. It is 1285 cc. That's what it does for a living. And if you own this bike, just know you're going to spend a lot of money in gas. I will say insurance isn't too bad. I do insure both my CBR 1000 and this Ducati, and overall it's not bad. Now I am a little older, you know, well past college and everything, so my insurance rates are lower. But I've heard if you just insure a $12.99 by itself, that it's actually cheaper to insure this than like a Gixxer 1000. And the reason why is there's not that many of them on the roads, and insurance companies don't really know how to measure these, so they put them low, while, you know, Kawasaki's and Yamahas and Hondas are more commonplace, so it's actually higher, at least here in Florida. Very interesting, guys. So that's one thing that, you know, if you're going to buy a $12.99, it should be cheaper on insurance for you. Ironic, huh? As far as the electronic suspension, I think it works pretty well. Now, it's not as good as the BMW S1000RR suspension, electronic Öhlins, but it holds its own. Now, I haven't ridden a $12.99, the standard model, so I don't know how much of a difference it actually makes, guys. But yeah, I mean, the suspension works well, the flickability is good, it's decently comfortable except for the excessive heat underneath you. The mirrors are not that good. I love the TFT screen. The looks are amazing. The engine performs amazing once you're above like 3,000 RPM. Like right now I'm going 37 and 30 and wants to sputter on me, guys. So yeah, I mean, this bike is awesome. I know the V4 that just came out for 2018, you know, they've made improvements on this bike on that V4. Once again, like, I didn't buy it because it is a first year bike. One thing the dealer told me was just to sell a V4 out the box, they had to fix 6 recalls, guys. So that's just something I had to keep in mind, and it kind of steered me towards buying the proven $12.99. So one little small minute thing I don't care for is the slop in the throttle. I have the Ducati spacers, which I've purchased, that will fix that, guys. So look forward to that install video. And it just cleans up this slop. You can see it right here. That little bit of play, it gives you, when you have the spacers in, guys, it gives you automatic response. There's none of that trying to find your sweet spot, because I will say, you are having to try to find your sweet spot while you're riding this bike. Alright, here she is, guys, Tropicana Field. Alright guys, I hope that review was helpful for you. I'm sure I forgot tons of things. I do plan on doing a review after I've owned it a couple weeks and I put all the mods on it and everything, so look forward to that, guys. That was my initial thoughts of the bike, the beautiful 2017 Ducati 1299 Panigale S. Here, fitting Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays. Sunset there in the background. Tell me that is not a great shot, guys. So with that, guys, if you liked this video, please give a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We're almost at 3,000 subs, guys. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Hit up the Instagram. We just hit 30,000 followers on Instagram, which is amazing, guys. Thank you so much. And I hope you've enjoyed this review. Let me know your thoughts below. What mod should I get? Did I miss something in the vid that you want me to cover for next time in the follow-up review in a couple weeks? You guys are amazing. Once again, ride safe. Take care. Here from Tampa, Florida. And I'll catch you later.
Damn.